our families, one of the hardest things for the things a man must do is position his family to accomplish their goals and dreams. He must assist his wife in accomplish her dreams and position his children to be able to accomplish their goals, all while pursuing his own vision for life. Men must have the ability to maneuver through countless obstacles and weather many storms to get this right. Even if he has perfected the art of maneuvering, there's still no guarantee that they will all accomplish their dreams. This is something that weighs heavy on the heart of most men. Most men are just as concerned with his woman and children accomplishing their dreams as we are about accomplishing ours. All men have different methods in which they attempt to accomplish them. Some men will work while his wife pursues her dreams, and while others will go hard after their own dreams with hopes and that when he accomplishes it, he will be in a better position for his wife to accomplish hers. You also have those that will work simultaneously to pursue their dreams. No matter what method men use, the concern is there. Every failure in the midst of the process has an emotional effect on men. And too much failure will have us question our abilities, or whether we will accomplish our goals and dreams at all. And some men handle failure, while others don't. In most cases, men don't deal don't just deal with their emotions in reference to failure, but his woman's emotions as well. We feel your pain the same way that you are able to feel ours. We are our biggest critics and judges. These are moments and that we need your support the most. And there is nothing that a man would not do for a supportive and encouraging woman. Men will go to any depths to ensure that you want for nothing. Why? We understand the worth of a woman and that will support us in our failures and encourage us, on the way to success. That is what men need from women, on the journey to success. It is a necessity, ladies. You will be rewarded for it. Don't believe, what is shown in society. Not every successful melanated man will leave you for someone else after you have supported him along the journey. Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. The king is in the building. Everybody know what it is. It's about that time. We got to get things going. Oh, man. Out here in North Carolina, yeah, I told y'all nothing was going to slow us down. We was going to keep everything moving, keep everything popping. And that's literally what we are going to do. Uh, Got to give a big shout out to the frequency, uh, just for giving us the opportunity and to be the brain of King's Court to the frequency, giving us a platform for us to be able to have these discussions. We got a big week coming up, man. We're gonna talk about it a little bit later on. But I definitely got to give them a shout out for everything that has been going on, everything it is that we actually have been doing. We got people going there already. Appreciate y'all. Good morning, Miss Shanita, as well as Shalana. Blessings. I appreciate it. Look, uh, thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. As well, same background that we have all the time. Only difference is digital. Uh, Appreciate you pointing that out. You said, please hold your paper up as you read it and just supporting you in your journey to success. I definitely appreciate it. But in all honesty, I got fluid on one of my eyes, so everything runs like this. So I slow everything down so that I can ensure that I can actually see it, read it, and all that other good stuff. Uh, Man, I'm excited. I really am. We out here shooting the documentary for BBOC, by our communities. If you're in the Fayetteville, North Carolina area, if you anywhere near here, you're gonna want to be here on Sunday when we do the live presentation for the actual documentary. It's gonna be great, and we get a chance to introduce um, the panel version of the King's Court this weekend as well. We'll be going live on the frequency page as well as live on live on the radio and stuff as well. Then we'll pick things back up the second week of July every every Saturday from 10 to 2. I mean 10 to 12 rather. We're not doing 4 hours from 10 to 2 Mountain Standard Time. The King's Court, the Wiseman edition, will be brought to you. So you'll be able to see us at least 3 times a week. We'll be able to have these discussions. Questions already. What did you think of Colorado Springs Juneteenth? I thought it was great. We had an opportunity to celebrate the kids. You know, uh, the boxing event that I had for Juneteenth was great as well. Um, DeAndre, as well as DeAndre and everybody that helped him. They did a great job. They did a great job. I can't wait to be able to bring the boxing into it. We collaborate on it next year and really get things moving. Really get things moving. But today is a special day because guess what? Although we're airing on Facebook, we're not airing on the radio right now. So that means I don't have to worry about commercials. I don't have to worry about paying no bills or anything of that particular nature. I get to just, oh, we get to conversate. We get to conversate for the next however long, however long this thing, well, for the next 2 hours, really. I'm gonna take a break here and there, though. I'm gonna let y'all know. I gotta take a break every here and there. But um, real quick before we actually get started and open up the king the panel, well, not the panel, but open up for the session. Again, I gotta give shout outs to Frequency. They headed this way tomorrow. We'll all be out here the weekend. Uh, Big shout out to 420 as well as Lady Man Gaddafi. If you can make it, or not, let me know. If you need some assistance, let me know. I'll make sure we make that thing happen. We all one big happy family over there. We want to make sure we all work and function and operate together. Real quick, if you haven't already, I need you to go like, share, and follow the Frequency CO, so that we can get this thing popping. As well as I need y'all to go ahead and share this podcast right now. I need y'all to go ahead and share it. Uh, Good morning, Mr. Damien. Definitely appreciate you jumping in with us. But we're gonna go ahead and open the floor. I guess whatever shout outs and stuff that I need to give, it will come to me a little bit later on. Okay. Come back a little bit later on. Y'all gotta forgive me if I keep looking to the side. This is how I can actually see your messages and all that other good stuff. Normally it's right in front of me. But I got a little different setup this go around. Which is cool. It's cool. But oh, all right. Miss Anita, I see your question. I see your question. And we're gonna get to it. What I want you to do is this, right? I want you to go to King Naib's court. If you're not already a part of it, I want you to drop that question into into that group, and I'm going to address that directly. If I address it now, it's going to take me way off the topic that we about to talk about right now. All right, so do me that favor, and go and drop that into King Naib's court, or matter of fact, I do. is sometime before now and kind of we're over. I will put the link in there just in case you're not already connected with them. Put the link in there. Okay. All right. So, can I be the man? A letter from us to you. As you can see it, see the title of the book and stuff right there in the background. Um, Before I get started, it's out every doggone where. You can get on book, ebook, as well as audio book. We're actually running a promo for it where right now, if you purchase the book, every month, starting on the 31st of next month, we'll be passing out $250 to everyone that actually follows directions and purchase the book and places a picture either on the frequency page or the Can I Be the Man page, as well as your proof of purchase. We'll kind of go from there. Purchase the book, you get your name put in the pot 3 times. You purchase the audio book, and you get put in there twice. You purchase the ebook, it gets put in there 1 time, and we'll go from there. The kicker is December 4th, we'll have a grand prize for all those that won the 250, where you can actually win $1,500 right before the holidays start. And for everybody that entered, we're gonna give away another 500, and just for entering the contest. Okay. Uh, I got it going out there right now. I haven't really seen any feedback on it. I think people don't think I'm joking, or whatnot. But the way I look at it is, one person do it, and if I only have one name, guess what? That one name is gonna get the gonna get that 250. If it's one name at the end of the contest, guess what? It'll be $1,500 richer. As simple as that. So let's go ahead and open up the King's Court. All right. So the topic of discussion over the last couple of shows has been, um, but really the topic of the day as well is the inner workings of a unit. Inner workings of a unit. Um, Literally, before I get into it, I need to address some things. There are a lot of narratives that need to be changed and that we're going to change in the midst of this overall process. But what I don't want to happen, and I'm going to continue to put this disclaimer out, is that we move before we actually supposed to. We move before we actually supposed to. What I don't want to happen is that in the midst of talking about having multiple significant others or multiple wives, I say wife because with wife comes responsibility, that we go out here and start acting dumb. Because with this comes responsibility, and the vast majority of us out here, both men and women, are not ready for what it is that we're even talking about. In the last discussion that we had on Thursday, I talked about knowing thyself. I talked about knowing thyself, which is huge. Because most times when I talk about knowing thyself, um, we think about knowing our history, knowing our ancestors, where they came from, which is highly important in knowing yourself. But in the society that we live in right now, a lot of us don't even know parents. We don't even have a real relationship with our parents. And I don't think we fully understand, how important just that piece of it is. I gave the example the other day, and I'm gonna give it right now. That when I was younger, right, I used to, I used to scale the wall. We had a walkway, right, that was skinny enough for me to be able to scale the wall and literally sit at the top of the ceiling, or not like Spider-Man. And I wait for people to walk up under, and I would drop down, try and scare them, try and scare them. Well, you know what happened? My son, my son, my third from the youngest, he came to me one day. He was like, hey, daddy, watch this. You know what happened? This joker scaled the wall the exact same way that I did. The exact same. I never had a discussion with him. I never told him about doing that when I was a kid or anything of that nature. All I could do was sit back and laugh because he was doing the exact same thing that I was doing. And what we don't realize, why this is so significant, is what we don't realize is that those very relationships that we're running from, or those very relationships that we need to build with our parents, there are things within us that we don't even fully understand that we got from them. Literally, we got from them. I know individuals whose fathers passed away when they was first born, and that same energy, those same habits were passed down to them. Passed down to me myself. I sat back and tried my best not to make the same mistakes that I saw my parents make, and I did the exact same thing. Did the exact same thing. We have to build. We have to build that relationship. We have to get that understanding. I'm not talking about doing it solely for them. I'm talking about doing it for you, so that you would know and understand yourself, so that you can learn from the mistakes that they actually made, because it's important. It's all important. And then understanding our ancestors, our grandparents, great grandparents, and on and so forth and so on. Understanding them makes things all the more better. But you have to understand that piece that is most closest to you. And what has happened, especially in our society, is that we believe that it's not necessary. I don't care whether you're successful or not. If you successfully made it without your mother or your doggone father or both, you still need to reach back and get a better understanding of them. And if right now, in the midst of me talking about this, right, you start feeling some type of way, just for that doggone feeling that you have, it's the reason why you need to go figure it out. And why this conversation that we are engaging into, you're not ready for. Because in understanding yourself, knowing thyself, you're going to know and understand exactly what it is that you need. Your needs are going to become clear. And once you understand what it is that you need, your wants are just going to fall into place. See, what happens is, especially in relationships, and I'm not just talking about having multiple wives, I'm just talking about in just getting married, period, to one. What happens is that our focus is on what it is that we want and not what it is that we actually need. We're so focused on an individual that is so much like us, and that literally the things that y'all need are the exact same. But guess what? Neither one of you know how to give it because it is a necessity for both of you. It's a necessity for both of you. And then for those individuals out here that that for those individuals out there that need that feel like they're independent, it makes it all the more worse because you don't even understand that you need, that you have needs. We have the godlike ability to be able to produce life, but we can't do that without each other. That in itself is a necessity. It's a necessity. It just is. And if you don't understand what it is that you need, you're never fully going to understand what you even want. You have to know yourself to understand what it is that you need. Once you understand what it is you need, what you want become clear. And once you understand what you want, your path, your journey, half your journey, your destination will become clear. But we don't take out the time to understand these things. What happens is, what happens is that we'll get with someone that has nothing to do with the journey that we are on, waste their time, waste our time, and cause more hurt in the process. Because once you know thyself, you understand your needs, have a better understanding of your wants, and have a better understanding of where you're actually going, your destination, the person that you're trying to be with, if they're not on the same path that you're on, y'all have nothing to talk about. And I'm not just talking about significant others, I'm talking about even down to friends. If we are not on the same path, we have nothing to talk about. Because what's going to happen is if I do decide to be with you, the only thing that's going to happen is we're going to grow apart because our paths are going in two completely different directions. And as men, this is highly, highly, highly important. Highly important. And it's for this reason why I say we're not ready. Do we need to have this conversation? Very much so. Very much so. I have people right now that are trying to get me to move on to a new topic because there's so many other things. You know what? Function and operate a little bit differently from what most people do. Because I know that this topic right here, I don't care how you feel you are, and having this discussion right here, all that murky and muddy stuff that's sitting at the bottom of the barrel, it's going to force it to come to the top. It's going to expose some things. Definitely is. I see you in there, Sanita. Shanita. She said I need multiple husbands. Just that. That's why I say it's gonna bring it to the top. It's gonna bring it to the top. Nowhere in nature do you see anyone with multiple doggone anything as far as the female. The only species you see that in really is with bees. Guess what? Bees don't reproduce like we do. They just don't. But that's what it is. When we have these conversations or not, this is what it is that I get. The Me Too factor. The Me Too factor. And we really broke this thing down. We really broke this thing down. No, not that comment when it within itself don't even make sense. Matter of fact, I don't even have to speak on it. I see to Miss Ali and let her talk about it. But she has videos on it already. Matter of fact, it's not for me to speak on. Only thing that I can really address is us men, because I don't see things from the female perspective. Trust and believe. The lady was on right now. I have her address it. Literally, that's what it is. But this conversation is going. I'm telling you, it will bring out the worst in people. If you feel like that you have it all together, especially within your marriage, within your relationship, bring this conversation up. Hey, you really trying to have this conversation, huh? So you need to say, I'm prepared for a queendom. I need multiple husbands for that. Go ahead and explain it. Matter of fact, drop that one into the King Naib's court as well. I'll entertain it. Put it over there, and I'll entertain it. I'll entertain it. I don't want to, but I will. No, it's not that. It's not that. It's just there's some balance that needs to be restored. And I think part of the issue is that we don't understand that uh, we play a significant role in nature, significant role in nature, and what we see in society right now is directly impacted by literally the relationship between men and women. We had one of the best discussions on a panel, not this past weekend, but the weekend before, in reference to roles. What roles we are actually supposed to play. Great discussion. I suggest you go back and take a look at it. I suggest everyone does. But with this comes responsibility. Comes responsibility. And quite frankly, the compassion that we need in order for this to happen, we don't have. We don't have. We just don't. No, I know what it is that you're actually talking about, Sunita. I understand it. I understand the dynamic. Really do. It's a natural, no, it's not, but I understand it. I really do. But even in that aspect of it, I'm not prepared for anything of that particular nature, which is the reason why we actually having this type of dialogue. Because the bigger picture of things is going to require the same mindset that you need in order to have a unit. It's the same mindset and that we're going to have in order to fix our communities. It just is. I agree. If there are partnerships between black men and women have been under attack for a long time. It's been under attack for well over 400 years now. Well over 400 years. They didn't successfully break us down until we agreed. It wasn't until we agreed. But that's what it is that we must restore. There is no family without the husband and the wife. I was talking about it the other day. I said it. I think I said it before on this podcast. What we teach our children is so superficial. It's so superficial. When you think about it, right? We we sit back and we teach our kids to go to school and make good grades. That's a good thing. Teach them to go to college, make good grades. Good thing. Go to the military, start their own business. All these things are good things. Once they finish college, we tell them to either start their own business or uh, get a job. They're gonna work anywhere from 20 to 40 years. Then hopefully they will have made enough money and have saved enough money to where the rest of their life they can enjoy it. They can enjoy it until they die. Until they die. When the reality of it is all superficial. You know, I understand King Solomon. I really do. When he was saying everything is just vanity. I'm so serious. I understand what it was that he was talking about, why he felt that way. Think about it. As men and women, the one thing that you can't take from us is that we are designed to be fathers and mothers. You can throw husbands and wives out of the window. You throw husbands and wives out of the window, right? We are designed to be fathers and to be mothers. When you come out of the womb or whatnot, everything within your body is preparing you. If you're a girl or if you're a boy, everything within your body is preparing you to be a father. Just think about it for a second. Everything is preparing you to be a father or a mother. But you know what's not preparing you to be a father or mother? Your parents. The way society has us set up right now. And the thing about it is, if we were teaching our kids this, because this is what it's at our core, if we were teaching, instructing, and guiding them and bringing out within them what should already come naturally, because this is what it's built for. Everything it is that we're talking about having them do, they're going to do with a different type of passion. Think about it. Like Bebop, buying back our communities, that's my baby. That is my baby. And I treat it as such. I treat it as such. So if we train up our kids to be mothers and fathers the way that they are actually designed to be, guess what's going to happen with their dreams? You're going to become their baby. You're not going to have to tell them to go and make good grades. You're not going to have to tell them to go to college or anything of that particular nature. Why? Because that's their baby. In the same way you feel about them, which is your actual baby, guess what? They're going to feel the exact same way about that dream. And they're going to do it whatever is necessary to make sure that they birth that dream and that dream is actually taken care of. It just is. We have men and women running rampant around here, running rampant around here. I grew up without a father, so my kid can grow up without a father. I came out just fine. The mindset. I grew up without both of my parents. I came out just fine. They'll be all right. Neglecting the core portion of our responsibilities. Neglecting the core responsibilities. I see you, Sunita. You said, what about people who cannot produce children even though they try naturally? That doesn't at all dispute, or not, I don't want to say dispute, it doesn't change the fact that they were intended to, that they were intended to be mothers or intended to be fathers. That's still at their core. Now, if there's some type of defect that causes them to not be able to have children, doesn't negate that fact because their intent, their purpose is to do that. That's just what it is. Even if they can't, they still need to be taught. Still need to be taught. This is the reason why I said we are just simply not ready. We're not. And it's sad. It is sad. But we're gonna figure this thing out. And we gotta keep the conversation moving regardless of how we might actually feel about it. We have to. So the inner workings, the inner workings of a unit. Said one of the first things is knowing thyself. Especially as a man, you must know thyself. You have to know exactly where it is that you are going. Understand what you need, understand your wants, where you're actually going. Because if not, you don't know where you're going to be leading individuals to. And that's regardless of whether we're talking about a unit or a polygynous or a monogamous unit. Doesn't matter. You have to know where you're going, which is the reason why the epiphany man cannot become a man until he first realizes he's not a man is so important. Because we have a lot of us out here that feel like we are, but we're underdeveloped. We are underdeveloped as men, and we need some more nurturing. We need some more work to ensure that we are fully developed to do what needs to be done. If you still out there, doggone, cheating and everything else, you're still underdeveloped. Just gonna put it out there. You're still underdeveloped. You're still doing the same thing that you was doing doggone 20 years ago. Reference to line, cheating, and everything else, you're still underdeveloped. And that's just what it is. I don't care how you take it. You're still underdeveloped. If you maintain your faithfulness for the sole purpose of your significant other, you're still underdeveloped. Why do I say that? Why do I say that? I tell my wife all the time that my loyalty and my faithfulness to her has nothing to do with her. Nothing. Nothing whatsoever. Why? Because if I was doing it solely because of her, I'm going to jack it up. I assure you, someone will come along that I'm going to look at and be like, man, I want that right there. And if I'm doing it solely because of her, throw it out the window. It has nothing to do with me not loving her or anything of that particular nature. It's just we have to understand that there has to be something more. It's almost just like saying that love is all you need in order to make a relationship work. No, it's not. What I'm telling you is that in order for you as a man to have the necessary discipline to do what needs to be done, it has to be more than just the wife. It has to be more than just the kids. It has to come to the point where it's beyond them, where it's beyond them. I tell my wife all the time, and that has nothing to do with her and everything to do with me and my relationship with the Most High. See, there we go. Sunita, women can look outside their union and feel the same way, King. I know that. I understand that. I really do. I really do. But the thing about it is, this is that chapter in the book where I talk about it's not always about you. Not always about you. I understand that the same way that we feel about just about everything is the same way y'all feel about it. But the same way that every time I keep saying something, you keep throwing y'all into it, I need y'all to do the exact same thing on the opposite end. That's just like when it comes down to us having emotions and things of that particular nature and how we supposed to look at y'all emotions, understand, have compassion and everything else. We need y'all to do the exact same thing. The exact same things. Because what happens is this, right? When stuff like this happens. Now I talk to my wife about this all the time. I could be in the midst of talking about some stuff about myself personally. I'm expressing my emotions. I'm telling exactly what it is that I doggone feel. Right. And in the midst of when there's a brief pause, she hit me with the, well, I feel it's not what I'm looking for. It's not what I'm asking for. I'm trying to offload what it is that I actually feel without you putting the burden of how you feel on me. The only thing that I need you to do is hear me right, because there's a difference. We listen to doggone comprehend, but we need you to hear the heart of the matter. And most times, ladies, y'all miss the heart of the matter because y'all too caught up in how it is that y'all feel and putting on us what it is that y'all feel like we need to do for y'all. When we have some brokenness within ourselves that we want y'all to know about, but you can't see it because you got the Me Too factor. I have this conversation with my wife all the time. Matter of fact, this is what we go back and forth about. And I'm telling you, if we get to the opportunity and get to the point where I don't want to hear nothing else it is that you have to say until you start hearing me. If we get to that point, that's a dangerous place to actually be in. And I know and I understand a conversation goes two ways. Okay. So let's evaluate this for a second. Let's evaluate. Let's evaluate this for a second. We're gonna break this down. I'm gonna entertain this for a second. You know, ladies, how y'all there are times as men where we're supposed to just listen to what it is that y'all are saying. Y'all not looking for our help. Y'all not looking for our advice. Not looking for anything. Just a listening ear. Right? That's still a conversation. There are times where y'all are looking for advice. That's still a conversation. And there are times where y'all looking for us to actually handle it. That's still a conversation. What I am saying is that ladies, y'all have a tendency. Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna say y'all have a tendency. Y'all have a problem with being too self-centered to where you can't hear what it is that we actually saying. Literally, as men, we already have an issue with being able to express ourselves already. We do. The emotions and stuff that we feel, the emotions and stuff that we actually have. We're the way society paints it, we're not supposed to have those emotions. So we're not supposed to have them. It makes it all the more difficult with being able to express them. What the advice that I'm trying to give y'all ladies in this particular moment is that those same times y'all have moments where y'all don't want us to literally try and fix a thing or any advice, you just want us to hear what it is that you're saying. We have those moments too. We have those moments where we are looking for your advice. And then we have those moments where we're looking for you to actually fix that particular issue because it requires that feminine touch. But we can't do that if you're not willing to hear us. Now, what do I mean by that? I said earlier that we listen. We listen. I talk about this in the book. Right? I said earlier that we listen. All right. When we listen, that is so that I can hear and understand and comprehend from a mental standpoint what it is that you're actually saying. Why is that important? Because if I can't comprehend what it is that you're actually saying, I will not be able to feel the heart of the matter. I feel the heart of the matter, but being able to listen and hear, which is the second phase, hear, because there's a difference between listening and hearing. I can listen to you all day and still not hear what it is that you're actually talking about because I don't understand the heart of the matter. Most times, if I don't understand the heart of the matter, it's because I'm not comprehending what it is that you're actually saying. And what happens is, it's this: both us men and women have a hard time listening because we're looking from two different perspectives. This bottle right here, right? You see this bottle? You see the side that you actually see, right? That you can see in the screen? That's not the side that I'm actually looking at. Turn it around for a second. This is the side that I see, but this is the side that when I turn it this way, this is what it is that you see, right? We're still looking at the exact same bottle. We're still looking at the exact same thing, but the perspectives are different. The perspectives are different. And you're expecting me to see it this way, and I'm expecting you to see it this way. Yeah. Still talking about the exact same thing, exact same bottle. We just seeing two different perspectives. That is it. Two completely different perspectives. And you see how there's a whole lot of words on this one and a little bit on this one. How it is. Most times, y'all have a whole lot of words. We only have a few. So we're trying to explain the exact same thing, just from two different perspectives. And what happens is that your requirement is for me to see it this way. My requirement is for you to be able to see it this way, versus us just seeing it like that. Just seeing it like this, throwing your perspective out of the window, my perspective out of the window, and trying to understand exactly what is in the center of it all, the heart of the matter. We can't do that if you're focused on your perspective and I'm focused on my perspective, we're never going to get to the center of it. Never going to get to the center of it. Oh my goodness. That's what it is. It's perspective. The exact same bottle. Exact same bottle. All has the exact same thing in it. Literally. All has the exact same thing in it. The only difference is that We're seeing it from two completely different perspectives. Two completely different perspectives. Even in this conversation that it is that we're supposed to be having right now. We're seeing it from two completely different perspectives. Like I said, what happens is that we are expected to see things your way, or you are looking at it from your perspective and trying to give us what it is that you actually feel. And it's not benefiting either one of us. It's not. And that is something that we have to correct. That's something that we have to correct. But it is what it is. This is going to be a fight regardless. But it is a necessity within our communities. It very much so is. It is a necessity. But said that I was going to doggone take a break, and I'm about to do that jump like right. About to hit that. I'm about to take about a 5 minute break, and then we will be right back. King has spoken. Talk to y'all in a second. And we are back. Alrighty, so man, took a bit longer break than what I anticipated, but it's okay. We'll make sure we get things back rolling the way they were. The topic of discussion today is the inner workings of a unit. This is the third episode, I believe, having this conversation. And part of the reason why I'm kind of slow dragging through this thing is because it is a highly, highly, highly important conversation for us to have. And in order for this to be done and done correctly, there are narratives that just simply need to be changed. And I have to address us men first because we have a big responsibility in this, especially if this is something that we're going to be doing. Quite frankly, there are people out there that are doing it now. Some have a pretty good handle on it, and others that just simply just out there, just out there, and it needs to be corrected. I think one of the first things as men that we have to do is be honest with ourselves. We have to be honest with ourselves. We need to know whether we are built for monogamy or whether we are built to have a unit. The first thing we need to be honest about. And if we can be honest with ourselves, then we need to be honest with our significant others if we have them. And if we don't, then we need to be honest with those individuals that we actually come across. Because, man, we have played a big role in breaking down our significant others and our women. For some of us, it's going to be hard. It is going to be a hard thing to do. You know why? Because we have been playing a specific role for so long that trying to be free and honest is difficult. The truth is difficult. Just me saying that there are there's a man out there for everyone, for every woman. But that man just might be married. That is a hard truth. It's a hard truth. And then coming right behind that and saying that there are some men that are built for monogamy, and then there are some men that are simply built for unit, for having a unit. That is hard, especially when we grew up in a society where being monogamous is the standard. But let's look at where being untruthful with ourselves has gotten us. We have a society full of mistresses. I'm gonna say full of, but more than enough. We've created mistresses. We've created uh, baby mamas, side chicks, and some of everything else. Where if we just simply be honest with ourselves and accept the responsibility that comes with that honesty, we'll be on the road to a better path. Created fatherless homes. Literally, the communities that we see and we are fighting to make better, we created. And a big portion of that has to do with us just simply not being honest. That's the first thing that we have to do with ourselves is be honest as men. We have to be honest with ourselves in reference to what it is that we are. The very first thing. If you struggle with being monogamous, it might not be the path for you. And it's okay. You just need to be honest with it. Let's stop leading our women on and making them feel like we are something we are not. You know the signs. You know them. Some of us have it worse than others, but we know the signs. What I'm saying is look at yourself and be honest with yourself so that you can be honest with your significant other or whoever it is that you plan on building with so that they know exactly what it is that they're getting into. For those of us that are like me, that's married, and been married for a while, It's definitely going to be difficult for us. But the stress of not being honest with ourselves and not being honest with our significant others, low key killing us. A lot of men out there that don't have any real self control, that are out there that have significant others, have wives, now running out here doing whatever it is that they want to do with whoever it is that they want to do it with, the rest is even greater. It's not only are you lying to yourself, not only are you lying to your significant other, but the energy that you actually use in order to maintain this lie is even more stressful. You're trying to figure out what's going on with your body, what's going on with your health. Look at what it is that you're actually doing. When the simple reality is that you just have to be honest. A lot of us will play the role knowing that we're not, feeling like it's too late. The reality of it is it's never too late. Never too late. Honesty is the first thing that we have to look at. And for some of us, it brings relief. It will bring relief. And it will give us the ability to do those things that it is that I'm talking about. And I know you're probably asking yourself, well, how in the world do I do this? We've been together for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 25 years, 30 years. How can I tell her that I'm something that I didn't present myself to be? Or I'm something that I didn't even realize that I actually was? Not easy. It's not going to be easy. It's not meant to be easy. It's just not. I can assure you that everything that you have ever done, everything that you have ever said will be questioned. It will be. But when the smoke clears, there'll be a weight off of your shoulders and a newfound ability to express real truth with your significant other. And I'm not saying that it's something that you actually have to do. What I'm saying is just at the very least be honest about it. Be honest with who you are. That's it. Be honest. And in the midst of this, once you have let that weight off your shoulders, start addressing those skeletons that's in the closet, that elephant that's in the room. We got some house cleaning to do, and it's springtime. We got some spring cleaning to do. We need to clean those skeletons from out of our closets. We need to escort that elephant from out of the room so that we can build. So that we can build. It is a necessity, something that has to be done. Something that really, it will be done, regardless of whether you like it or not. And ladies, I'm gonna tell y'all now, there's gonna be some that in the midst of the honesty, there's gonna have to be some acceptance on your end. Which again is gonna be hard to do. But there are some truths about us as men that you need to understand, that you need to realize, that you need to accept. And for some of you, if you want to keep what it is that you actually have, it's some truths that you're gonna have to understand, realize, and accept. The goal is to build. And right now, the foundation that it is that we are working on, we need to ensure that that foundation is the most sturdy foundation that we have ever built for what needs to be done. As I assure you, there is a bigger picture. And I'm going to talk about the bigger picture this weekend. I'll be here in Fayetteville doing the BBOC, or the Buying Back Our Communities presentation. We'll do it live. I'm going to share it on Zoom. So if you have the time, or not, reach out. I will share the link with you. That way you can see and understand what that bigger picture is. You have all these people out here talking about the problem. You have some people that have a solution for one thing, a few things. They don't have a solution for the entire thing. And that's what it is that we're going to actually talk about this weekend. That, in essence, is the reason why I come before you every Tuesday, every Thursday, every Friday, and Saturday with the panel, is to help prepare us for this. It's one of the biggest reasons why I wrote the book. Because mentally, there are some things that we need to address, get prepared for our communities. I mean, it's actually already out there. Just don't talk about it too much. Why? Because it want to control the narrative, which is the reason why we're working on the documentary and stuff now. We want to be able to control the narrative, because this is not a us versus them thing. Not. We are literally the teachers of this earth. And if we're going to restore balance back to this earth, we have to teach them how to do it. But in order to do that, we have to deal with our issues first, which is the reason why this thing is built specifically for us. Because we need a place where we can get to where we can heal. Need a place where we can get to where we can heal. We can't do it in the conditions that we're in right now. We've been on the siege for a long time. It's really hard to heal. And every time you walk out of the door, you don't know whether you're coming home or not. And that's regardless of whether it's the neighbor next door, or, or at least that's or the people that are supposed to be protecting us. Can't heal in an environment like this. Can't. So we have to create one that we actually can. And it's coming. The mindset that we have right now, very much so self-centered, very much so self-centered, and that is a learned trait. Everything within the society that we live in right now is built on being self-centered. This is, and we have to change that narrative. We have to start caring about each other again. Reason why this topic of having a unit is so hard, and we concerned about is ourselves. We can't be that way in order to build a successful community. And like I said, everybody's not meant to do this. That's not, I don't even feel like I'm ready. This is the honest to God truth. But when you understand the bigger picture, you good. You good. You understand the bigger picture, it makes things easier. Talking to my aunt right here. You know, that's my brother. He let me use this space so I can come before y'all. Big shout out to my man Abel Ham. He is the creator of Ateamtv. Oh, mm. The creator of it. You know, for those of y'all that actually see it on see our program on the GMAP one network or whatnot, that or if you catch it on the YouTube channel, that creation that comes on before the panel, you know, that little intro, that's all him. That is all him. Appreciate the shout out. So we have some great individuals that are around us, man. We have some great people all together. Yeah, some great people. And, you know, like I was saying though, I don't even feel like I'm ready. I really don't. Because there's things within myself. Yeah, and I prefer to use myself versus talk about someone else. Things within myself that needs to be addressed, that needs to be worked on. Period. The only thing is, I understand what it is that I need. I know exactly what it is that I want, and I know exactly where it is that I'm going. Giving the example uh, to my man Abraham during the break, telling him that it's as simple as this, because I don't think people fully understand what I mean by knowing thyself, right? Knowing thy parents, and when you know them and understand them where you came from, you'll understand what it is that you need. If I know that I need a car, I know that I need a car. What do you think I'm going to want? I'm going to want a car. I know I need it. I'm automatically going to want it. And if it's something that I want, then I know the destination that I'm actually trying to get to. So I know I need a car. Therefore, I actually want a car. The destination I'm trying to get to is to that car. Now I have to plot out the course in order to get that car. So guess what? I gotta go out here, apply for some applications or whatnot for a job, get that job. Once I got that job, right, I need to make sure that I'm making enough money to either buy that car straight out, or I can save for it, buy it straight out, buy it straight out, and then, right, I need to, I need to, I need to start working that job and saving. right? You got to start saving to make sure that I can make the money in order to get that car. It's easy to plot that course out when you know what it is that you need, understand what it is that you want, and have a clear vision of the journey that you're actually going to, right? Just makes things so much easier. This is what it is that I'm talking about for us as men. For us as men, that we have to do. We have to put in the work. First thing we have to do is be honest with ourselves. The next thing we have to do is we have to address that honesty. We have to deal with it. And then once we get that weight off our doggone shoulders, we literally need to and have to know thyself so that we understand what we need, know what it is we want, and have a clear vision how to actually get there. Clear vision. How you doing, Miss Anita? I see that you're back. Says something is wrong. Can we educate ourselves on this topic? Oh, that was you, Miss Yolanda. Can we educate ourselves on this topic? We need to. We need to educate ourselves on this topic. And then Shanita is talking about reparations. That's a whole nother topic for a completely different day. This is what I would tell you though, Miss Shanita. I'm having a presentation that I'm doing where I will address the topic of reparations in that presentation on Sunday. It's gonna be 2 to 4 Eastern Standard Time. Are in if you are in Colorado, it would be from 12 to 2. It'd be from 12 to 2. Hit me up directly, and I will send you the link so that I'll send you the link so that you can actually be a part of that. All right, and we would definitely address that. Miss Yolanda, we definitely need to educate ourselves on this topic. I suggest everyone do some research. Do some research. But what I'm going to tell you is that the best place to look is at nature, the nature, because that's at the core of it all. Because when you look at it from any other perspective, like I'm Hebrew, my theology is Hebrew. But you have Muslims, you have Christians, you have 7 Day Adventists, you have atheists, you have those that are spiritual. There are so many different dynamics, so many different ideologies or whatnot that practice this. But at the core of it all is nature. Yeah, so in researching this topic, I tell everyone to look to nature because there are so many differences. So many differences, and neither one of us have the right to say who's right or who's wrong. One thing that we do know is that regardless of who you believe in, that creator created nature as well as us. So I always look to nature and look at nature as being that thing that we can utilize when things are a little bit too foggy. The entire concept that I'm going to be talking about on Sunday in reference to buying back our communities is built around nature. It's built around nature. It's as simple as that. And that is one of the things that we have to and we need to reconnect with. One thing that I understand is that religion takes you away from nature, and being spiritual brings you back to it. But it's a journey and it's a path, and that all of us go down at some period point in time. Some period point in time. But there are a lot of things that are in the working. Yep, 12 to 2 on Sunday, Shanita. Am I saying your name right? Shanita? I hope I am. I hope I am. But definitely, I want you to be on that call. Definitely want you to be on that call. It's gonna be on a Zoom call. Not you be free to ask as many questions as you like because I'm definitely going to engage the audience. And the good thing is, guess what? Is that you're going to be a part of the documentary. That you're going to be a part of the documentary. So I want those type of questions because literally I want to address it right now, especially in reference to reparations, but not the show for it, even though at some period point I am. Some period point I am. One thing I will say is this is that if we're looking for reparations from the United States, they don't have it. It is literally owned by someone else. The money or whatnot that actually belongs to us, it is actually owned by someone else. Yeah. So talking about reparations or whatnot, are we just talking about from the United States? Or are we talking about from the people that introduced slavery to the Europeans because they didn't know anything about it? It was introduced to them. Are we talking about taking reparations from the individuals that actually sold us or allowed us to be captured? A big conversation, big conversation. So, you know, but I can talk it. I actually enjoy talking. I really do. I really do. Like I said, there's a definitely a bigger picture here, and I can't wait to actually get into it because uh, we're definitely going to have fun with it, and I can't wait. I think these conversations will be easier once you really understand exactly what we are moving towards. Moving towards. And there have been strides. There have been great strides here and there. But I don't know about y'all. I'm ready for the finish. That the government can give and 2 trillion in stimulus twice this year. They can, very much so can. All I'm gonna say is that there's a bigger picture, which is the reason why I'm inviting you to uh, to see this presentation on the weekend, right? Because it's gonna make things a lot clearer. Right? Make, lot, make sure that we'll come back and repost all those links and arrows. Thank you. So I definitely will. But again, us as men, there's some honesty that we have to put out there with our women, and they deserve it. They deserve the truth. They have been through enough at our expense, at our hands, and it's time for us to be 100% honest with them of who we are, what it is that we actually need, what it is that we actually want, and where we are actually going. They deserve that. They need it, in essence, which is part of the reason why the book was written. I assure you that when you read it, if you read it, that um, there's going to be some hard truths in there. Some of the stuff you're going to agree with, other things you're not going to agree with. And that's fine. One other matter is starting a dialogue and not just starting a dialogue, but giving the response that's actually needed. Giving the response that's actually needed. And at the end of the day, ladies, we love y'all. We do. I think part of the reason part of the reason, God forgive me, I'm over here reading what Miss Sunita wrote. Can't wait to have this conversation. I'm gonna open your eyes up to some other stuff. What you just wrote reference to, so 2 trillion to Black Americans for the next 10 years is all we need to close it. The wealth gap, land, education, healthcare. It's not true. I'm gonna explain to you why during the presentation. Explain to you why. But I'm gonna stay on topic. Stop trying to take me off topic, girl. Stop. Stop trying to take me off topic, man. I gotta stay focused. I'm on a mission here. But what I was saying was that we have to be honest. You know what I'm saying? They deserve it. We love you. And I think part of the reason why it has been hard for us to really be naked and ashamed in our honesty. And our honesty is because we know and we understand how much we have hurt y'all over the years, over the generations, and things of that particular nature. So anything that we feel like might cause more damage, might cause more hurt, especially to us men that really, truly, honestly care about your feelings, it makes it hard for us to address those things. Think about it. I want y'all to think about this for a second. When y'all ask us how you look in a particular outfit, something of that particular nature, in our minds, we might be saying, oof, you need to take that off. You need to take that off. That does not insinuate your doggone figure at all. But most of us is not going to come out and be like, yeah, you need to take that off. I don't like that. It does nothing for your shape or anything of that particular nature. Most of us not going to do that. We're going to say, look, you look fine. And some of us will take it to the extreme, like, yeah, you know, you're beautiful. You're beautiful in whatever it is that you were. You just do that versus telling you the honest to God truth because we don't know, eat from an emotional standpoint, how you're going to feel, and we don't want to cause more hurt. But it's like what Bernie Mac said in reference to walking around with his breath stinking. The first person that he come across that knew his breath was doggone stinking, he won't have an issue with that individual. And I say the same thing. It's not just what you say, it's how you say it. Quite frankly, we don't always know how to say it. We just don't. Some of us have filters, others of us don't. And that sounds so good. All you have to do is suggest a dress or outfit that has looked particularly well on her in the past. That sounds real good. I've done that before. It don't pan out all that great. I'm just saying, I'm just giving that example as to why, you know, even with the small things, is it's kind of hard for us. But that's something that we have to work on. That's something that we have to get past because, like I said, y'all deserve our honest to God truth. We have to give it to you in order for us to be able to restore the duality of our relationship. In order to restore and for us to be able to address some of these hard truths, it's necessary, it's needed. And like I said, y'all deserve it. Y'all been through enough, ladies. Y'all have been through enough. We have put you through enough. It's part of the reason why I take issue with the people that have platforms that tell you what it is that you want to hear and sit back and play on your emotions just so they can do one of three things: get in your pocket, get between your legs, or control your thoughts. I take issue with it because it's not right. It's not right. So I take issue with participation awards. Low key, I guess because I didn't have that growing up. Either you worked hard and got the award, or you just didn't. Made you work harder. Telling people what it is that they want to hear does not benefit them. It doesn't benefit anyone. But the truth of who we are as men, truth has to come out. Our women need to know. They need to know. We're going to give it to you, regardless of whether you like it or not. You have to say you deserve it. So I employ each and every last one of you men out here right now to literally start looking at yourself, evaluate yourself, understand whether you fall on the monogamous side or whether you fall on the side of a unit, because they need the truth. All this doing extracurricular stuff, going behind their back, and just so you can do this outside of that realm, no, it's time out for that. Time out for that. And ladies, just know that we're going to hold each and every last one of them accountable. We're going to hold each and every last one of them accountable. I assure you, especially those that are in my inner circle, we're going to hold you accountable. We're going to pull your coattail. We are. That's part of the reason why this truce is so important to me. So we can stop pointing the fingers at everyone, at each other, go to our respective sides, figure out what it is that we need, what it is that we want, what it is that we just simply willing to let go of, get the healing that we need, the accountability that we need, the responsibility, bring back the responsibility so that we can be the man that, not that you want, that you need. If we be the men that you need, we're automatically going to be the men that you actually, and it is necessary. All my men is out here running around, ripping and raving because I'm out here talking about units. Stop it. Pump your brakes. Reel yourself back in. Address your issues because the goal is not, nor never will be, to cause more damage than what we already have done. If you do not know yourself, understand your needs, so that you know what it is that you want, so that you will have a clear view of the path that you are going. This is not a conversation that you need to be having right now. And ladies, I'm going to ask y'all to hold them accountable. Hold them accountable. When we are trying to get you to entertain us, just ask them, where are you going? What do you want out of life? And what are you doing to actually get there? If he can't answer these doggone questions, tell him but work on yourself. Otherwise, he is going to waste your time. He's going to waste your time completely. And ladies, quite frankly, y'all need to do the exact same thing on the other end. You need to evaluate yourself, know what it is that you need, know exactly where it is, know what it is that you want, and where it is that you're going, so that when you do get a significant other, he's traveling the same path that you are. Let's stop wasting each other time. Let's do what needs to be done. As spiritualists would say, let's do the shadow work that needs to be done. That's it. That is it. Listen, honestly, I'd rather man to tell me the truth. I'd rather everyone tell me the truth so I can fix me. Agreed. Agreed. I prefer it that way. If my breath stink, tell me. I'll go brush my teeth. If my collar needs to be doggone fixed, let me know. If my shirt is wrinkled, if I got a spot on it and I can't see, let me know. It's the same. I feel the exact same way about my life. If I'm doing something that's out of pocket, let me know. Trust and believe. You're doing something out of pocket and you're in my inner circle, I'm going to let you know whether you want to hear it or not. Want to hear it or not. Yeah, Miss Shanita said, women are looking for three things from a man: good personality, not a good job slash business, and good loving. Hmm. I say the same thing about men. I call it the three F's. The three F's. Feed. The other one I can't say it online, and then follow. I say it this way: feed, uh, good loving. The way you said it is just a whole nother F. You can understand what it is I'm saying and follow. Those are the three things right there. And I talk about it in the book. I go in depth in the book because if you look at it on the surface, you can miss it. You can miss it. Man, it's been great. It's been great. My time is literally coming to an end, but I had fun being able to have this discussion with you. I didn't really get to touch on the topic that I wanted to, but I think everything happens for a reason. It's necessary. It is necessary. The stuff that it is that we're talking about. But I would definitely going to definitely be back on Thursday. We're going to be shooting on Thursday. I don't know if I'm going to be in the same location or whatnot because we're working on a documentary and all that good stuff. But wherever I'm at, I will be back 8 o'clock on Thursday, Mountain Standard Time, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, which is where I'm at right now. And we're gonna work. We're gonna work. We're gonna get these things together. Miss Sunita, soon as I'm going to throw those links into there so that you can drop those questions in there so that I can address those as well as the other members or not, because we keep the thing going on a regular basis or whatnot. And I hope and that I see you at least online for the presentation this weekend. And that's not just for you, Miss Anita. I want everybody to jump up there because it's open. It is definitely open. I can't wait to be able to share the vision. The vision. You see it right there in the corner. Or not the answer, the solution for today, the answer for tomorrow. That's exactly what it is. And I can't wait to be able to share it with everyone. The bigger picture. The bigger picture. Okay. Well, I gotta make room for the coffee and cream morning show, or whatnot. That's actually coming up next. I appreciate everybody that took out the time to sit down and listen. I appreciate all the comments. You already know what it is. I'm gonna go right back into there and address each and every last one of them. Thank you for your time. Like I said, didn't get to talk about everything that I want to talk about, but I believe that everything happens for a reason, and some stuff that just simply needs to be said. And I think one of the biggest things is that, man, we need to be honest with ourselves so we can be honest with our women. If you know that you are monogamous, that's fine, say so. But if you struggle with it and you know that you're designed for a unit, you need to be honest and you need to say so because they deserve the truth. And this, if this is something that you know and that you understand, you need to start working on yourself. You need to start working on yourself because we have caused more than enough hurt. The stage is over with. It's about building, sharing, and changing the narrative on this thing. All right. But I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. We're gonna shut the King's Court down for the day. We'll be back on doggone on Thursday. And look, I'm gonna be going live just about every day this week, randomly or whatnot, because I'm so excited about what it is we do. I need everybody to look out for the documentary on BBOC. And if you haven't already, go like, follow, and share the Frequency CO right now. The Frequency CO right now. Can I be the man? A letter from us to you is available everywhere right now on book, ebook, as well as audio book as well. We have the promo going on. We're starting July 31st. You'll literally be able to win $250. Or not. The only thing you have to do is go out there, purchase the book, post your picture either on the Frequency CO or the Can I Be the Man page, as well as well, basically take a picture of yourself with the book and your proof of purchase actually up there. Right now, we'll throw your name into the drawing. December 4th, we'll be giving out the grand prize of $1,500 and $500 for those of y'all that actually entered. Okay, yeah, so go out there and do it. The posts and stuff are out there. Know what needs to be done. And I want everybody's honest to God opinion. I'm available. I'm available. If you don't know my name on Facebook, it's your Naib Yashara. That's where King Naib comes from. Naib Yashara. Hit me up or jump into the King Naib's court. I want to know your honest to God opinion on what it is that was written in the book. Just let y'all know I am working on part two, yeah, as well as the book that's written to us men specifically, the Epiphany. A man cannot become a man until he first realizes he's not a man. It's coming. We got a lot of big things happening, or not. We'll be presenting the King's Court, the Wise Men edition, the panel edition of what it is that I actually do here. Can't wait. Check that out on Friday and Saturday. That'll be done 10 o'clock, from 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, as well as 12 to 2 Eastern Standard Time. And we are going to have a live audience there. So it's going to be fun. And we're working on the trigger series. Why do men lie? Why do men cheat? As well as really honing in and addressing the concept of the unit. All right. So like I said, I got to make room for the coffee and cream morning show. I'm about to step out of the way. Court is officially out of session. The king has spoken. We out, people.